Hello and welcome to another episode of Artistic Workout. Today we will continue with the portrait drawing workshop, and I will be assisted by my former students who will draw their friend, also a former student. All of them are a part of the production team, and my humble self as the teacher will give some guidance and constructive criticism. Remember, constructive criticism. No hate, no bullying this time, because experiments conducted on pigeons, rats, and those humans, yes, students perhaps, had shown that praising is much more effective than punishing and criticizing in a bad way. And today I would also like to take the opportunity to talk about things to remember when drawing, be it a portrait or another subject. I noticed some common tendencies and habits exhibited by everybody who is in the process of learning to draw professionally. And I was in the same spot, but I kind of don't remember it because it was a long time ago. There are some things that seem to be easy to fix, like just telling yourself, don't do it, would be enough, you think. But no, the habits are very strong and it takes training and repeated exercises and a coach, a teacher, to tell you not to do it. And this is the reason why I often repeat myself in the films. And you can count in this episode how many times I mention something. We have the team present in 60%. The easels, smaller or bigger ones, are ready because we want to avoid the drawing on a horizontal plane to avoid any distortions. You will start, and I will help you, with a sketch done with a hard pencil. It will have guidelines, structure, and some basic details done in a very vague fashion. We start with measurements and lines. You remember that the face is like a rugby ball, curvature, yeah. So I diagnose these issues. Number one, keep your pencil sharpened. The tip needs to be a bit stingy, painful. Ow! No kidding, it actually hurt. This allows you to have more control because, look, you can draw something with the long side or you can be precise. The correct way to sharpen a pencil is to use a knife. Correct way to sharpen a knife?
Knife!
Correct way to sharpen a pencil is using a knife. But it's dead. And remember, always cut it away from you, because cutting towards you is dangerous. As a warning, when I was a child, I cut myself while sharpening a stick. After you sharpen your pencil with a knife, you take sandpaper. It can come in blocks. And you polish the tip to make that pointy. So find your hard pencils here. Number two, start your drawing very lightly to allow more control, fine-tuning, moving proportions, adjusting them, adjusting shapes, contours, also values. And if you're using an eraser, use it sparingly.
What is this?
What?
It doesn't have any name, you see.
8H.
8H? No.
Oh my god.
No.
I would not survive this one.
It can cut through glass, I
No,
think.
exactly like this.
Wow.
Teaching is also about giving some space for individual development and group activity. So I left for a while to do some editing on the previous episode, and the camera kept rolling. And them being from Ukraine and Belarus, places with excellent art education, by the way, Alessia is explaining how you take the nose, the height of the nose, you flip it to measure the proportions of the width. It is very good and important. Okay, so I can give you some clues. So first step, you have to remember these numerical proportions by heart. So like, that's why I'm repeating myself and being boring. Eyes are located in the middle of the head, from the top of the head to the chin. But when it comes to real drawing, you have to take into account that you have to measure it anyway. Even though you know these proportions that don't change from human to human, you have to measure them because we have a different set of proportions if we look from above, and a different set of proportions if we go from below. Our horizontal proportions will also change because we can look at something sideways. Number 3. Extending your arm fully when measuring. Keep this straight. It takes practice, and believe it or not, I was in the same spot as to avoid mistakes in proportions. At the top of the head, with some, perhaps with some hair sticking out a little bit. Yes. Then the second thing is to find the width of the head. Measure the width against the height, and should be somewhere here, which is more or less correct. I would say so. Yeah, different shapes here, but we'll take care of it. The eyebrows to the bottom of the nose, same as here. Very good. You got that right. The distance between the eyes is one eye, but again, we have the tilt of the head. So we have to measure it. Yeah, you're right. The lips, it's on a separate little curve. Wonderful. It has to be broken into more shapes. So something like here, see? We have this much, and then we have this, and then we have a bit of that. Now, relative to the eye, the lips, if we look straight as human face, are in the middle, but again, this is at a slight angle. So what I will do is I will establish, like, when I have these eyes, the proportions established very well, triple checked and everything, I can go with the width of the eye. I would assume it's somewhere here. Now this needs more structure, so cheekbones and stuff here. Yeah, so a different structure here. The chin drawing here, usually mostly going in one direction. Then I can do a shaping of the lower eyelid. If you're not sure, you can also use maybe a dotted line, for example. That's also a way to do it. Okay, just to establish where it is. Okay, so some dots or a line or something very delicate. This has to be like in the background. This has to be, so nostrils have to be darker than this, obviously. I like how you did the curvature of the face. You got that right.
Thank you.
You were the model last time.
Yes, and
But you changed. The hair changed, nobody recognizes you.
Yes, it's a new member of Bartosz Milewski.
Okay. You established the horizontal proportions. You measured it. Okay. But now here, in this, you have to be much more precise with the distance because now they are too far apart. Nicely sharpened pencil, by the way. Okay, see, this is one eye here. So this surplus, this is the surplus on both sides. The eyebrows actually should be a little bit lower. So if they are lower, because there's not much going on here, then we measure this to this, then you will be close actually. Lips should actually be higher up. You can also think about two ellipses on top of the other, and one is the lips and the other one, smaller perhaps, is the chin. Okay, so this has to be a curved line slightly. Now, so one eye is going this direction and the other is this. They are not on a straight line. Number 4. Keep looking at the subject that you are drawing. Your eyes have to constantly work. Paper, subject, paper, subject. In some cases, actually follow the contour. Don't look at the paper for a few seconds. Contour drawing, your hand needs to move in one direction. You should be constantly looking like here and here, here and here. So shading, very nice shading. Now, this part.
Here, like triangles.
Yeah, so too wide, have it. Too wide, especially here. You know, start putting eyelashes and stuff. I'm mostly concerned about the top eyelid. So fine-tuning that. The shape of the head. Look where the top of the head is. So this shape is different here in your...
Should be more rounded.
Yeah. Let me talk about the top of the head, because I have seen issues with that many times in my students' drawings and paintings. There are two issues actually. The first one, round shape of the top of the head, and the second issue is the hair that forms on the top of it and sticks out a little bit. As for the shape, I would like to call to your attention the so-called Loomis method. Andrew Loomis was the author as well as an illustrator working in the advertising business in the 1930s and 40s in the US of A. His method is to draw a head starting with a circle, which he would later trim on the sides after drawing a square shape like you see on the screen. And by the way, the ears that are sticking outside of the head shape, obviously they fit nicely in that circle. Notice how the top of the head remains round. This method allows you to draw accurately from various angles. Here I included some shots of illustrations at the Vistula University in Warsaw, which I posted on the walls because I work there. Check out the book Figure Drawing for All It's Worth by Andrew Loomis from 1943. I wasn't sure how to conclude this episode until the team came back and we watched some pre-edited stuff. And I wanted to say that you are all heroes for trying. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't have talent, because when you draw, when you do these exercises, when you practice, you will make progress. The heroes or heroines are also the members of the team, the students, for posing and drawing, posing and giving some advice. As teachers, we often forget, we don't remember how it was to do the simple things for the first time. We think, well, yeah, just draw this. But actually, it's not that easy, not that comfortable, but a reward comes after that. Drawing is, I read, very good for the development of your mind, intelligence, for your IQ. Once again, peace and love from Warsaw, Poland to the world. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more, and the bell also. And leave a comment, share, leave it a like. Bye bye!
Here's my final drawing. Do you like it?